The Doberman is one of the only breeds that doesn't just watch its environment, it reads it like a trained operator. Every sound, every movement, every moment of tension is analyzed long before the average person even feels it. People admire the Doberman for its elegance and power, but they rarely understand the intelligence that flows beneath that polished exterior. This dog doesn't wait for commands, it anticipates your decisions before you make them. That instinct is what makes the Doberman extraordinary, but it's also where the danger begins. A dog that predicts threat a second before you do also reacts a second before you can control it. Most owners discover the truth too late. The Doberman's biggest danger isn't its strength, it's its timing. Once this breed decides something is wrong, hesitation disappears and instinct takes full control. New Doberman owners expect barking, growling, or lunging to be the signs of danger. But the real warning is silent focus, the stillness before the explosion of movement. That silence is the moment professionals respect the most. It means the Doberman has already made its judgment, and the window to influence it is closing fast. The danger no one talks about is how emotionally connected the Doberman becomes to one person in the household. That bond strengthens their protection drive, but it also narrows their tolerance for inconsistency. A Doberman that trusts you will hold itself together under pressure. A Doberman that doubts you will act on its own, and that independence can be both brilliant and terrifying. Owners usually think leadership means being loud or dominant. But with a Doberman, leadership is calm control, a presence strong enough to reduce their instinct to take command. When that presence collapses, the Doberman fills the void instantly. It steps into the role of protector without hesitation, but with a level of intensity most people never expect. People call this breed aggressive, but aggression isn't the danger, miscommunication is. A Doberman misreading your uncertainty can decide the world is more dangerous than it really is. This is why experienced handlers treat the Doberman like a partner, not a pet. They understand that this dog reacts to energy, tone, posture, and intention long before it reacts to words. Owners who fail to stay emotionally consistent see a side of the Doberman they never imagined. The dog becomes restless, suspicious, and hyper-focused, scanning for threats that only exist in its mind. What makes it worse is how quickly a Doberman escalates compared to other breeds. The gap between alert and action is razor thin, and once it tips, it's almost impossible to pull them back. The truth no one admits is that the Doberman doesn't give second chances. A single moment of hesitation or mixed signals can trigger instincts that override training. Even trainers respect this part of the breed because it's not rooted in disobedience. It's rooted in genetics refined over generations to eliminate doubt and maximize reaction time. Families often misunderstand this silent pressure building in the background. They see loyalty and confidence, but they don't notice the micro-reactions that signal rising tension. When a Doberman senses conflict among household members, it doesn't know how to separate emotion from threat. It sees stress, hears raised voices, and activates the one job it was born to do: protect. That's why so many incidents happen during moments of chaos. The Doberman isn't being unpredictable, it's being too predictable for an environment that isn't ready for it. The real danger no one admits is not that the Doberman is unstable. It's that the breed is too stable, too decisive, too certain, too convinced of its role when it believes someone is at risk. Even experienced dog owners struggle with this shift from calm guardian to silent weapon. They realize too late that loyalty in this breed is not passive, it's active, intense, and always ready. If you bring a Doberman into your home without understanding this truth, the dog will take responsibility for your safety with or without your permission. And once that switch flips, there is no gentle way to turn it off. A Doberman that decides to take control doesn't do it out of rebellion. It does it because its nature demands certainty, and uncertainty from the owner feels like danger. This is why the Doberman tests boundaries more intensely than most breeds. It's not stubbornness, it's instinct fine-tuned for leadership assessment. The moment your authority drops, the Doberman doesn't hesitate. It fills the vacuum instantly with the same confidence it would use to confront a true threat. What scares many new owners is how subtle the shift can be. One day the dog is obedient and calm, the next it's making decisions you didn't authorize. The danger grows when the Doberman begins predicting scenarios instead of reacting to them. It starts guarding rooms you're not in, watching people you're not worried about, and controlling situations you never meant to escalate. Once a Doberman believes it must protect without guidance, its instincts operate at full power. That means speed, precision, and reactions that outpace your ability to intervene. The breed wasn't designed to follow, it was designed to think. And when it thinks you're unsure, it trusts itself more than you. This is the truth even experienced handlers respect. You don't get a second chance to correct a Doberman's judgment once it commits. Their instinct is a blade, sharp, quick, and final. Many owners don't realize how fast tension can build inside the dog's mind. A slight change in your tone, your posture, or your confidence can flip their internal switch. The Doberman doesn't act on noise, it acts on intent. And intent is something it detects with a sensitivity that borders on supernatural. This is the danger trainers warn about quietly. When the Doberman thinks faster than its owner, the owner becomes the weakest part of the partnership. That's why the breed requires emotional discipline more than physical strength. You can't outmuscle a Doberman, you have to outcenter it. Families often mistake the dog's calmness for relaxation. In reality, the Doberman's mind is scanning, analyzing, and predicting while barely moving a muscle. When visitors enter the home, they don't see the calculation happening behind those sharp eyes. But the Doberman is already deciding who belongs there and who doesn't. If you aren't in control in that moment, the Doberman believes it must be. And its version of control is far more decisive than most people are comfortable with. The silent approach is what takes owners by surprise. The Doberman doesn't growl, posture, or threaten until the very last second. It acts when it decides action is necessary. This is why incidents seem sudden to inexperienced owners. The warning signs were there, they just weren't human enough for people to recognize. A Doberman that takes responsibility for your safety becomes a guardian with its own rules. Those rules may not match yours. The danger no one admits is not that the Doberman is unpredictable. It's that it is too predictable once it believes leadership has shifted to its side. But here's the truth professionals rely on. A Doberman that trusts your leadership becomes one of the safest, most stable dogs in the world. Its intensity becomes focused, its reactions become controlled, and its instincts turn into a shield instead of a weapon. The key is not domination, it's conviction. The Doberman follows the person who carries quiet strength, not loud force. When you provide that energy, the dog relaxes. Its vigilance becomes balanced, its protection becomes thoughtful, and the danger disappears. But when you don't, the breed becomes everything you weren't ready for. Fast, certain, uncompromising, and dangerously confident. Most owners only realize this after something happens, a moment where the Doberman acted before they could think. That's when the truth finally hits: this dog lives 1 second ahead of you. For those who understand that responsibility, the Doberman is extraordinary. For those who don't, the danger appears exactly when they least expect it. This is the part no one admits, until it happens.